A veteran NHL coach just went on national record and called out the other team in the middle of a playoff series and accused them of being flat-out actors. No sugarcoating, no diplomatic tap dancing, just a man who has been in this league for decades, standing at a podium and basically saying they are faking it, and everybody knows it. We are talking about Lindy Ruff. We are talking about the Buffalo Sabres. And we are talking about a war of words that just exploded between Buffalo and Montreal that has the entire hockey world picking sides right now. Here's exactly what Ruff said. And these are his words, not ours. I know Montreal's got a good power play, but they're going down easy. If they have a chance to make the play worse than it is, they're going to. Now, stop. Let that sink in. A head coach in the playoffs just told the world on the record that the other team is diving, that they are exaggerating contact to fool the referees and steal power plays. In hockey, there is almost no bigger insult than that. You can call a guy slow, you can say his team cannot defend, but when you call a man a diver, that is personal. That is a punch straight to the pride. And Lindy Ruff threw that punch, knowing full well the cameras were rolling. Right here, before we go any further, if this is the kind of storytelling you're looking for, where we go past the surface and cover what is really happening in these playoffs, hit subscribe right now. And smash that bell so you do not miss what's coming in the second half of this video. Because what Montreal's coach fired back with and what the NHL did next, you are not going to see that coming. Now, back to Lindy Ruff. You might think, okay, maybe he said something in the heat of the moment. Maybe he walks it back the next day. Maybe he says he misspoke. Wrong. Before Game 5, reporters went right back to Ruff and asked him, "Are you sticking with those comments?" And this man looked them dead in the eye and said, "I know what I saw out there."
I have some comments, and would you say that part of it has kind of tamed down over the years in terms of how more calm you are at this?
For sure. I think there's an element of, I know what our team needs. I know what I saw out there. Do I express it as loudly as I used to? I don't think so. Part of that, I think, is, does it have an effect or does it not have an effect? Simple as that.
That is a man who is not backing down. Not 1 inch. This is a coach who has been around this game since 1979. He played 691 NHL games. He has coached for over 20 years. And he is choosing to keep this fire burning right in the middle of a do or die series. Why? Because Lindy Ruff believes that what happened out on that ice was wrong. And he wants everyone, the refs, the league, the fans, to know exactly what he thinks. So what exactly set Ruff off? 2 plays, both involving the same Canadiens defenseman, Kaiden Guhle. In Game 4, Guhle draws a penalty on Rasmus Dahlin, one of the best defensemen in the NHL. Then he draws another penalty on Tage Thompson, one of the most dominant power forwards in the league. And when you watch those replays, and plenty of people have, there are serious questions. Did Guhle go down harder than he needed to? Did he sell the contact?
And you just got to stay away from contact. There's no question that Guhle knows exactly where Dahlin is, but for Dahlin...
Guhle drew more penalty calls than any other Canadiens player across this entire playoff run. 9 total. 9. Now, is that because he is constantly getting hacked and slashed? Or is that because he is very, very good at making contact look worse than it is? That is exactly the question Lindy Ruff wants the whole world asking. Now, here's where this story turns completely sideways. Because Montreal did not stay quiet. They fired back. And the way they did it, with one sentence, cut deeper than anything Ruff said at that podium. Hit that like button right now if this series has you locked in. And if you are not subscribed yet, do it now. Because what the NHL itself did next, in the middle of a live playoff series, almost never happens. And it tells you everything about how far out of hand this got. You knew Montreal was not going to sit quietly and take this. Martin St. Louis, the Canadiens head coach, had the perfect response. And credit where it is due, this was sharp. St. Louis looked at the reporters and said, "Was he talking about his team too?" Right back at you, Lindy. And then St. Louis added, "If I'm relying on the refs to win a series, I'm spending my energy in the wrong place."
Or check qui vous donne du succès? Est-ce que l'équation est
pas une chose.
directe?
C'est pas une chose, c'est de jouer avec les intentions à la bonne place, de bonne heure. T'sais. Puis ça se peut-tu que faut-tu te défendre? Ça se peut. Ça se peut-tu que tu sois sur le forecheck? Ça se peut. Ça se peut être sur le power play aussi. T'sais. Fait que c'est d'avoir les intentions à bonne place puis être engagé de bonne heure.
Translation, he is basically saying Lindy Ruff is playing mind games because he is desperate. And then Josh Anderson from Montreal chimed in. He said there were high sticks in the game that the refs missed, calls that should have gone Montreal's way and did not.
What do you make of Lindy Ruff saying you guys are going down too easy?
I don't know. I thought there was a lot of high sticks in the game. To be honest, they missed a couple, but the refs are doing the best they can. Sometimes it's hard to see with everything that's going on there. So I think for us it's just staying disciplined and going out there and playing our game.
So now both sides are saying the refs got it wrong. Both coaches think their team got cheated. And all of this is boiling over in the middle of a series where every single game matters. Let us talk facts. Because this is not just two coaches arguing. There are real numbers behind the frustration. Across the first 5 games of this series, Montreal had 20 power plays. Buffalo had 16. That is a 4 power play gap. In the playoffs, that is enormous. Montreal's power play is dangerous. They have Cole Caulfield. They have Nick Suzuki. When they get on the man advantage, they score. So if you are Lindy Ruff and your team is giving up 4 extra power plays compared to the other side, and you believe some of those calls came from embellishment, you are going to say something. Now, here's the twist, and this is the part that should make Ruff uncomfortable. In that same Game 4, one of his own players, Jason Zucker, was caught embellishing a fall of his own. So when Ruff climbs on that moral high ground, he might want to check who else is standing up there with him. And then word came out from NHL insider Elliot Friedman that the league itself stepped in and warned both teams about embellishment before Game 5. The league warning both teams in the middle of a playoff series? That almost never happens. That tells you even the people running this sport knew things were getting out of hand. But here's the question everybody stopped asking once Game 5 tipped off. Did the warning work? After all the trash talk, after the press conference fireworks, after the whole hockey world picked sides. Montreal won Game 5. 3 unanswered goals in the second period. Goalie Jacob Dobes came up with a massive breakaway stop on Tyja Thompson, with the game still within reach. And just like that, the Canadiens pushed Buffalo to the brink of elimination. The series is now 3-2 in Montreal's favor. Buffalo, the team that was supposed to be gaining momentum after winning Game 4, is now 1 loss away from going home. So here's the question that nobody can stop asking right now. Did Ruff's comments fire up his own team? Or did they give Montreal extra motivation to go out there and prove him wrong? Here's the bottom line. Lindy Ruff did not make a mistake. He did not slip up. He looked at those cameras, chose his words, and deliberately started a fire. Whether you think he is right or wrong, whether you think those ghoul dives were real embellishment or legitimate penalty draws, Ruff made a calculated move. He wanted to put pressure on the referees. He wanted to put pressure on the Canadiens. He wanted to make this a story. Well, it worked. Game 6 is coming. Buffalo's back is against the wall. Lindy Ruff has turned this into the most talked about series in the entire playoffs. And we are going to be right here the moment that puck drops. So if you want the Game 6 breakdown, the reaction, the fallout, subscribe right now and hit the bell. Takes 5 seconds and drop a comment below telling me, was Ruff right? Are the Canadiens diving? Or is he just making excuses for a team that needs to play better? Because in hockey, when the smoke clears, only one thing counts. What's on the scoreboard? See you for Game 6.